never am.
You can get in the game and Cole just goes up in flames. And that was the story.
That's it. I'm like, I told Andy, if that's what it is, I'll be on for a few minutes. That's fine. I just wanted to be, since I was available, wanted to be here for the send off.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that to you.
I'm okay with it. Did you do that? I'm putting my camera like this, and I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 while I listen. So.
All right, guys. So got a full house for Son of Shadows tonight. So let's go back to the moment you guys were flying off of the peak of the prison. And slowing down the pod that had Kaladin after you blew up the top part and setting a chain reaction, if you will. You landed. Kaladin's body was alive but soulless. Your first night inside the walls of this huge compound that you're in. Vidiri put a protecting ward over Kaladin. Also during that night, Taruk, you noticed dinosaurs. After that night, you woke up, came to the realization of what was going on and kind of where you were, and Crass stayed with Kaladin at a safe distance. They didn't leave you behind. Oh, Jeff just messaged me. All right. Well, hopefully we hear from our kitty. Hold on 1 second. Fucker. Someone message him. Ask him if he's playing tonight. You guys found a main road and a troop of guards that were marching from the prison towards this entrance, this little guard tower that's built into this wall. Taruk and Carver, you shot up above the trees and found this protective force field that's like a dome wrapping around this whole compound. You lured a couple of the guards in, wiped them out as you can only do, took their badges, which are wristbands, and disguised yourself. And then you just kind of killed everything, right? When you went in, I think shit went sideways, and you took them out.
Yeah, we did.
You also had a new companion join you, which was a tabaxi. And as that scene comes down and you are looting the bodies, you had these dinosaurs that were protecting like another minor force field that eventually faded away, right? They left as the battle stops. Crass comes in from one side, standing on the other side of this force field, and he can't get in because he does not have a bracelet. You all see that. Taruk, you were up top on the tower, right? You look off to the left side of the trail, and you can see another figure like emerging from the shrubs and walking towards you. Damien, how far would you like to? Are you just walking up through, or
Jeff's on his way.
okay, perfect.
Yeah, I would just, if I didn't think they were my enemies, I would just, seeing an opportunity, probably thinking I can't get out of here by myself. And they're looting the guards' bodies.
Yeah, and I think I briefly mentioned this to you when we were talking about this at the end of a session. You're in a prison that's run by the Crimson Lotus. You know what you know, but these guys are also, all of the prisoners were non-human races, like Fae, all of them. And they all, as you got, your thing, I think there would be a little bit of confidence as you look out and you can see an Aarakocra and a Fire Genasi and a Tabaxi. And it looks from your point that these are other escaped prisoners. You have a bracelet that you took off a guard. So you can walk right past the barrier if you would like. And now you're in like a 60-foot dome that has the exterior wall, one tower, and a half a dozen dead bodies. As you pass through that, why don't you go ahead and describe what you look like, so the group.
Yeah. Absolutely. So as you as he steps through, you see a dark figure. He's wearing kind of dark leathers, a leather surcoat. He's got short cropped black hair. It's salt and pepper. You can tell he's a little bit older, probably in his 40s, maybe early 50s. Though he carries himself well, broad shoulders, high backed collar, kind of adding to that imposing kind of figure that he walks with, a little bit of confidence as he strides forward. He's got a goatee. It looks a little unkempt, though the rest of his clothing seems to be as clean as it could be. But you can tell that he's definitely looks a little rough in the face or in the eyes, though he strides in with confidence. Yeah, salt and pepper as well, probably in his 50s. You see his slightly pointed ears, giving his half-elf heritage away. Hail!
Who are you?
Please, I am no villain. I only wish to speak with you. I see you loot these cowardly men. You must be the enemy of my enemy is my friend. No?
No, and I'll just go back to looting.
Crash, you have like Kaladin. His hair is on one side of the ground. He's limped over you. His toes are on the other side. But you yeah.
Can I get a quick description as well as I approach, like what?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Cole would be leaning over one of the bodies as he's looting him. He's 5'11" ish, thin, red-skinned, Fire Genasi, bald, 5 o'clock shadow with a little goatee on the bottom. He wears leathers and robes and has two like golden cuffs on either of his arms, like golden bracers. He carries along with a serpentine staff, very Jafar-like. He also carries a scythe with him. And Cole, with his black and yellow eyes, he just casually just tells you no and goes back to what he's doing. Seems very nervous and frustrated. We'll see.
The one who asked who the fuck you are is a pixie you probably didn't see from a distance. She's got kind of like blue iridescent wings, dressed in all black leathers with a short pixie cut of hair that's kind of blue with like little black tips. And she's looking at you with murderous intent.
I've seen it many times.
So from afar, you probably would have seen up on a high vantage point an Aarakocra that looks a bit like a peregrine falcon. He's got a cape, like with a cloak, but he doesn't have the hood on. Wearing sort of like rangerish clothing, has a big quiver of arrows and a longbow that's about as tall as he is, and he's got it knocked pointing at you just in case.
And Cress is around like close to 5'10", 6 feet, somewhere between there. Elf, his ears are actually clipped though. Has kind of a fade and then like a monk style ponytail, and he's adorned in like monkish robes, and then also has a giant great axe wrapped in some type of cloth with it.
And there's a tabaxi sneaking around here, but we'll let him give the description whenever Jeff gets here. So,
I mean you no harm. I would think perhaps I saw an opportunity. I am a simple man. I'm just trying to escape this wretched place. I could only think that these mighty warriors in front of me.
Yeah,
Perhaps
I don't know about mighty warriors, but if you're trying to escape, I mean, you can get out with us. But if you try anything, I'll slit your throat.
I have
Yeah,
no doubt.
and
Coming.
to be fair, we are mighty warriors. We are not, and I'll look over at Brass. Most of us.
which, by the way, Crass is like standing outside of the dome, looking at you guys, really fucking annoyed.
1 minute. Do we have any extras, Kava? I can't find any over here.
Yeah, sure. Here, let me look. And
You-
I'll zoom around and like look at all of the bodies and find another couple bracelets.
Easy enough.
I'm tapping the dome with the axe.
Yeah,
Little
I'll
shockwaves
zoom out
coming
and
off
like
the
give you
dome
two
every time.
bracelets, one for you, one for Kaladin.
You put them on, and you can pass through. Crass, it's a little disappointing as you step through and you see all the blood on the ground that you had no part in putting there.
I'll just kind of like go over and like my hands are like already covered in blood, and as he like steps through the barrier of the dome, I'll come up in front of him. I'll just
Like pat your head a little bit. And I go to like someone who's already dead and poke him with my axe and just. What's next?
I don't think I got your names.
I
I
don't
am
think we
Victor.
gave them.
How rude of me. I am Victor.
Alistair,
strange name.
Cold. You may call me Cold.
Oh, the smoldering man.
Apt.
Press.
Crass,
Here. Paladin.
it is a pleasure.
Crass, how is Kaladin? Any stirring? Anything?
I awfully try to shake Kaladin to see if he has any sort of nothing.
His blood's pumping, but
He's alive.
What about
Alright.
you? Find avian friend?
The name's Taruk, actually. From the airplane, to be precise. And he's gonna fly down and check out Kaladin just to make sure he's okay still.
All right. At this time, around the back of the guard tower, because it's not built into the wall, it's a separate structure. You see a tabaxi, and Jeff. Pardon me, but I forget the name of your character, and could you please describe to this fine gentleman what you look like?
Yeah.
Dark stranger.
Dark Stranger, my new slave name is Sir Fuzzy Pants.
Fuzzy pants.
They're fuzzy
Yes.
boots.
Fuzzy boots. I'm sorry. Your clothing all is the same to me. I was formerly a handsome Prince Thomas, but I have been renamed by my new master, and I serve her.
And your new master is? He's
This wee creature that could ride me like a horse, if she just commanded it.
Alright. Well, she must be quite powerful to have such a creature in
She is.
her service.
She certainly is. She certainly is. And then I'll, I don't know, try to nuzzle something smaller than me.
What color tabaxi were you again?
Well, yeah. So I'm going with a sort of. I'm going with stray calico. You know, I want that stripy, kind of tigery, kind of, you know. Obviously, calicos. Men can't be calicos. That's just not how it works. But it's more of a tigery kind of tawny brown with dark blacks stripes, and of course the underside of my paws are all black for some
Yeah.
reason.
And everyone but the half elf carrying the furbolg is hurt, bloodied, in their maybe not our ranged people, but definitely the tabaxi.
I'm bleeding. Like
Yeah.
Lava.
Yeah, yep. So, all right, that's the scene setter. What are you guys doing? We got
What
everybody
is
back.
it that you do, Victor? And what purpose did they enslave you?
I've never been anyone's slave. I was a prisoner, yes.
Prisoner slavery. It's all bad.
It's a mindset.
As-
I do
as-
many things. I've traveled the Moonshay Isles all my life.
Is that where we are currently?
Oh, I see. We have travelers who are
I'm
lost.
just like quickly jotting down the name of that place. Like Moonshare Isles. Okay.
I may be
Hey.
of use to you as much as you're used to me. I'm sorry, little one. You were saying?
one thing.
Sorry. We
before-
came here through a portal.
Oh, then perhaps you need me a little bit more than you think. I can get you out of here and get you to wherever you need. That is a promise I make to you.
I mean, we're basically already out. We did that ourselves.
Well,
Yeah.
well done.
No. But still, the island's still bad. I still
it an
don't want to be. I don't want to be here.
There's dark magic, natural, old magic.
Right.
It-
And you can
it
get us
is-
out. You say?
Where would you like to go?
We could go home.
City? Calidor, perhaps? Or is that what it's called?
Water-
Calidor? I'm looking at the...
Water
Car-
Yeah,
Sorry, I think
yeah,
that's not the
Wardy.
name of it.
Or perhaps your Candlekeep.
Oh, you are very far, my friends.
Sorry, grass.
What one thing that I want the group to know as Victor comes in range and engages in a conversation, his half elf ears are not cut like Crass, but his eyes are almost blind white. They're just very thin pupils. So,
Perhaps he seeks a new master.
Hey, let's get out of here.
Carador, not Calidor. Sorry, Carador. Or Grimstad, perhaps.
One of those is closest to the mountains we need to fuck up.
We're fucking up mountains now.
Are we? Isn't that what we were doing? Is we were fucking with that guy and taking down his inner workings and like shutting down his portals, and he was
Yes,
trying to
yes,
be like one of the
sure.
lords of Neverwinter or something.
So, some
My
of us
priorities
had
have
that plan.
shifted slightly.
That's what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Oh,
You're
right,
talking
we
about
have
my
to-
plans. Cole's plans are different.
Right, yeah, we've got daddy issues to deal with. We should do that.
No, that's not. And I'll like grip the bag. I'm talking about Kaladin. Kaladin is
Oh.
unconscious
He,
and hurt.
From what I
Right.
can tell, he is alive.
Right, but we can't be
well-
carrying him around the island forever.
Okay.
Daddy issues can wait.
Okay, so maybe let's just get somewhere that has a healer that we can give Kaladin to care.
ish.
I think that's a wise choice.
Okay, where can we find a healer? And now I'm looking at Victor.
Ah, well, if you're looking for haste, Grimstad is the closest. Carador, however, is an interesting place where you can find anything.
Let's go there.
They're gonna get us in the opposite direction of where we ultimately want to go.
Like,
or
I like
where
that
is
they
it?
have anything because that means that anything can be found.
Indeed, I feel as though the threads of fate have brought us together.
Okay, you
Carador's
think you can get us there, fancy boy?
It
Portal
is on
window.
my word. I owe you that much at least if you allow me to travel with you. Though, no, I am no pushover. If a fight comes, I will stand my ground.
Right.
Carador
Stand and play.
is probably from where you are in the Winter Glen a solid 10-day.
Okay,
It-
then Grimstad it is.
Grimstad is
In this
closer.
weather, we will never make it. Grimstad.
Okay. Well, lead the way, fancy pants.
Bow low.
Fancy Pants is currently licking his wounds, but he'll get up and
Yeah. You guys did talk about short resting in the tower. Do you want to just get on the road now?
I would like to spend an
Isn't
hour
the best
talking
place
to
to
my
short
new
rest?
friends.
Huh?
I could, if they want to rest.
Well, yeah, but we don't know what the rotations of guards are like, or when
Oh,
new
we're still
people are going to
inside
show
the-
up, or
Perhaps leave, if you can leave at such haste as you say, then perhaps now is the time.
Let us go.
yeah, we should probably just go. And once we're a little bit away, then we can sit down and rest.
One question, friends. Have you ever heard the name Falconwrath? In any of
I'll
these?
look right at Taruk.
Can I do a
Have you?
history check to see if I've heard that name?
General Falconwrath?
Yeah. Theo,
So-
Cole,
One of yours?
Taruk can do a history check. Crass, roll me a wisdom save.
Sure, I love history.
Roll
I'm so
two.
good at it.
Do
Oh, I rolled a 4.
See if I
That's
recognize
I
it.
4.
didn't do. I got a 5.
Andy, did you say I could roll history to see if I've heard that name? Yeah. That's modded 20.
Nice.
I got a
I
10 for
rolled
my
an
wisdom.
All right, disadvantage history check for you. Taruk, what was yours? 5. Cole,
4.
16.
16. Okay. Theo.
you just call me Thale?
Oh, you're
Yep.
fucking.
Carver.
I know.
But
I
I
looked
get
at I looked at your name on Discord and I didn't think. Obviously,
Sorry, I can't find it.
you don't need to. It's okay. I know better.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Crass starts like mumbling a description. And you pick up that description and remember he was at the Neverwinter ceremony for Potter. You don't recognize the. I think with a dirty 20, you being a water deep person, you know how like generals and soldiers and the tiers, and you remember his adornments, and you kind of put two and two together with that. I don't know if you've had any direct. I don't think so. So.
No, I mean I've never talked to him or dealt with him or had to stab him, so I mean neutral.
I just describe him. You did not run into him here in this facility.
No, not here.
Hmm.
No, I think it
Very
was
well.
back in Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Was it at the big shindig where we were kind of in and out and we had to leave because there was
Yeah,
people
well,
in the door?
Kaladin,
Yeah,
Kaladin had
yeah,
his
that
big
was the one.
performance, and then someone lit
Yeah.
the place on fire.
Oh,
That person is
Wasn't
no
that
longer
you?
with us.
It was you.
It was what? Me? No, it was you.
No. Verwin lit the place on fire.
Heroin?
It was very out
Yes.
of character. It was quite the moment, actually.
Yeah. He doesn't usually set things on fire. I could have sworn that was you.
No,
You're the
no,
one who's always throwing fire.
He specifically told me not to set things on fire, and then he set it on fire.
They did have an argument after.
You're
And
having
then you
this.
and I
Everything went cold.
went and found that bitch and killed her.
Right. Anyway,
And then
we
Is
should
your-
go.
cut her.
As you're having this conversation, you look to the path, and just off it, you can see this tiny dinosaur, not like smaller than a raptor, and it just like comes up and puts his nose to the thing, to the barrier, and it hits it, and the little reflection catches your eye. And you look
Finally, a
over.
good fight.
Wait, so you can fuck up that dinosaur and feel like you did something?
Well,
That way.
just be careful. There's larger ones out there. They're just not here right now.
Yeah, go take on the little guy. We'll wait for you.
Oh,
Right,
Master
not a guilty
injured.
mean. Oh. I'm just gonna like set my axe down. Worth it.
all actions have a reaction, big or small.
Sorry, Sir Fuzzy Boots, what did you want to say?
Is Master injured?
Oh, no, I'm good.
You've destroyed his
I
mind,
am.
I see.
Very injured.
Have you used magic to do it?
No, he is just an idiot.
You make me laugh.
I
Mine did we destroy?
not
What's
supposed
going
to be
on?
funny.
Is
I
this
feel sorry for him.
as this
should.
conversation happens, Crash, you put your axe down and you get ready to do something, and off to the right, you see this ginormous dinosaur with tiny little arms just run right down, bounce off of the force field, and grab the dinosaur, the small animal in its mouth, and shake it and lift his mouth straight up as it slides right down, and he lets out this massive roar. I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Sure.
There's a big one. You can get that guy.
16.
Okay.
Oh, I am not good at these. Okay.
11.
15.
I got a 12.
15, Crass?
Sir Fuzzy Boots got a 25.
Okay. Cole, Crass, Sir Fuzzy Boots. Victor, what was yours?
15.
15. And Victor succeed. Taruk and Carver, the roar just shakes your bones to the point where you start backing away. You are feared from this dinosaur right now.
Okay, well, Crass, if you're gonna fuck him up, then you go right ahead. I'm just gonna go this way. And I point to the exit and
I
just head
told
for it.
you there was bigger ones out there. I told you.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Chance really wants to go out there.
Victor, is your means of travel magical, or are we having to walk somewhere and you're offering protection?
I'm offering direction, and I will lead you there. I could lessen the burden, and we could perhaps take to the skies for a short period, though we could cover a lot of ground as the raven flies.
So no.
All these guys, while they're
Not
resting and
necessarily.
talking real quick, can I make an insight check to see if I can take on this dinosaur by myself?
Sure.
Okay. And
Don't tempt me with a skill check. All right?
it's a 12.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
Man.
May I cast Healing Purr while this is going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, this thing, now it's moved off a little bit, you know? Like, it's not just standing in one spot. It's 20 plus feet tall. And the legs are bigger than you.
And
I would say
so bad.
I would say with your class, a 12, you immediately spot how thick the hide is. Making it a really tough challenge. Maybe if your team was all on board, this could be a very fun encounter. By yourself, it is ultimately suicide. Because you're not going to run.
I want to throw 11 hit points over at Cole.
Okay.
I'm going to, I offer guidance. You see, the moonshades are dangerous. Take the wrong trail. Never be seen again. Take you
We should
months to
talk
travel.
about this as we walk.
The
I already
Pixie
have
is-
a good lead on you.
The Pixie is correct. We're losing time.
I'll follow. Bring Kaladin.
She does that.
I'm already following. I feel embarrassed that I was purring near Cole, and I immediately catch up.
Crass, you sit there with a knee down 3 feet from the barrier as this big, huge dinosaur starts to rip into the woods off to your left. Kaladin there, laying in a hump, because I don't think Crass puts him down nicely.
no, probably not.
No. What are you doing? Your party is heading
Hey,
out.
Crass, you come in.
I'll give like one last look at the dinosaur, grudgingly pick up Kaladin and my axe, and start making my way over toward.
As you look and pick up Kaladin, you see the tail whack into a tree that is thicker than you and de-root it from the ground, and it just falls into 2 more as it just digs deeper off to the west of this fortress.
I'm just gonna mutter under my breath, "Oh, we'll be back for you." And
one by one, you're out the gate. Yeah.
One more thing before we like leave. Once we've retreated kind of like into the tower, and are on our way out, I would like to just get my hands real nice and deep and wet in blood, and just write on the wall, "See you soon, sweetie," with a big like XO and a heart.
Okay. All right. One by one, you exit out of the tower through the gate and feel a little bit of respite as you break the boundaries of this fortress. Immediately, you are hit with tall, thick, wooded, a forest, expansive, with one trail that leads out of here. What's going to be the marching order for this?
I will lead the way.
You'll lead the way? All right. We got Victor.
I am next to Carver.
All right.
I
Yes.
would, yeah, I'll be second.
All right.
I'll be in the rear, of course.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll put.
Our usual Cole's in the middle somewhere.
Yep. Cole, Carver, and.
I'd like to
Fuddy.
stand maybe as close to Kaladin as I can.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll be. Yeah, I got you right behind Crass. All right.
Do we want to take a short rest before we go, or do we just want to go?
Well, we're gonna walk for a little bit and then short rest, so that if the guards come back and see how fucked up the place is on and everything,
Oh,
that we don't have
I'm just,
another fight on our hands.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. That's fair. I'm just gonna hold on to Press as we walk.
Okay, so my question is, are you moving stealthily as you leave this, or are you hightailing it out of here? Because that's what I want to know.
I think we should be fairly quiet, perhaps. Do not alert any more of the guards. Or we could just run, I suppose.
What you doing? Come on.
I-
Carver will
I'm
fly
not-
as fast as she needs to.
I'm at 11 hit points. I can't say that I'm moving very fast, but I also
Okay.
can't say I'm moving very stealthy.
All right, everybody roll me a stealth check then. That's a good point. You have a few members that are severely hurt, running away from this.
It's a dirty 20.
Perfect.
Ooh, also a dirty 20.
There we go.
12.
15.
All right.
Sir Fuzzy
Oh, gosh.
Boots rolled a 17.
Awesome.
29.
And I knew that dice roll was going to sway the average. You make it out about an hour and a half. Victor, you find a spot that you can pull off where the energy isn't too strong. You guys.
If you wish to rest, now is the time. We have a bit of time here where the moonshades
I'd like
are
to
calm.
rest now.
You
Then,
lay
yes,
down
take
and
a
have a
seat.
little
I will
nap.
check the parameters. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Pixie. I did not mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, sorry. My bad.
What kind of gear does Victor wear? I kind of want to like give him a once over as like I'm sitting down to rest.
So he's wearing like a leather surcoat, kind of more of a traveling one. He's got a high backed, hey, a little bit like here, not quite as dramatic, obviously, but and it's more heavy. I think actually, ironically enough, even though I'm just now putting this together, Victor from Underworld, where he shows up when he's yeah, something along those lines. That wasn't my intention immediately, but. Yes, something like that. Short cropped hair, salt and pepper. He's clearly in his mid 40s.
Weapons?
You see, there is a dagger. It's tucked in his belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I will rest for now.
Cole, do you need a little assistance to help you feel better?
No. Oh, are we talking like pod drugs or?
No. How about this? And I do. I cast Healing Spirit.
All right.
And so, since we're not in turn-based mode, you just do 4d6 healing.
You want to roll that for me?
Yep.
While this is going
It's
on,
12.
I'm going to make 12 counterclockwise circles, followed by 9 clockwise circles, followed by 7 counterclockwise circles, and then I'll lay down. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to make 9 more clockwise circles and then lay down again.
Probably in the same spot that the first laydown was, right?
Sorry.
Is anybody keeping watch while you're doing this short rest?
I was going to walk around and keep an eye on everything as well. Kind of.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also gonna keep watch as well. I'm not really hurt.
Sorry, Mike. What was the healing I got?
It was 12.
12. So, 12 heal. Thank you. I will do some hit dice while I rest.
I just want to point out my passive perception is high, so I'm very comfortable just sleeping.
Right. Perception checks, Victor and Crass.
All right.
Ooh, 24.
That's probably gonna be way better. Oh no, I have a plus.
Yeah, plus
Cool. 23.
Nice.
All right. Before we get to that, Carver. As you guys get a comfortable distance from the walls and you break the boundaries, and I have to say the feeling that you got inside the prison fortress, inside that gate that was holding you in, was similar to the being in Waterdeep, restrictive. As you get out and you guys start to camp down, you just start looking off into the woods, and there's just a familiar curiosity, like, when you're like, oh, I want to do that, but I probably shouldn't. This is like amplified. Not that you have to. I'm not saying it for that. I'm saying it because it's something that hits your soul that you haven't experienced before. And you just look out, and it's probably getting close to like just before dinner, so there is still some light here, but it's deep and almost luminescent, even though you are in like a cedar, pine, some maple kind of forest. It just feels curious and inviting in a way that you probably know you shouldn't be invited in because you're on a path. But that moment, that beginning is there. Both of you, Crass and Victor, your knowledge of the area, you picked a good spot to hunker down for a little bit. As you get like halfway into the short rest and you see the group really starting to recover from the battle, you start to hear voices way off in the distance with your really high passive. You grab Crass and you grab some shrub and just dust off your footprints down a little bit, and you bring it back and kind of shade yourself from the path that looks pretty natural. And you look at the rest of the group and you guys put your finger up to your mouth as you hear footsteps. You know, you're probably 15 feet off. You wouldn't want to go more than that without, you know, a real investigation of the area. You're probably 15 feet off the path. And you hear probably 6, 8 sets of footsteps muttering about how fucked, how foobarred this day is. And they go. One looks at you for a second, Victor, as you're looking like in like a little break in the brush. You can see him make eye contact you, but not pick you up. And it's one of the many guards of the fortress. And they just take off in the direction that you're going. But that's about halfway through. So they have about 30 minutes ahead of you when you guys do come through the other side of that, unless you want to do something.
Do I recognize any of them when you said I got the beaten and whipped and I told you I'd remember their faces and names?
Yeah. Here. One of them. But it was probably the dude that you knocked out after your gate lock failed. He wasn't, he was a low ranker. He's falling in and he's tailing off. He's probably the most nervous. And that's the one that you lock eyes with. You know.
No, I don't do anything at that moment, though I remember him. Yeah, I go back and inform them
Yeah.
towards the end of the rest.
And you guys get the benefits of a short rest. Let's do our break now. And then we'll come back. You'll have time to prep and really, give me some places, some more direction where you're heading with this. So we'll be back at 10 or 15.
Okay, yeah, I just have to go read my daughter a story and put her to bed, and I'll be here.
It's Tucket. It's back. You guys get your short rest. And you know, half an hour ahead of you, there are a group of guards, at least on this trail. It does break, Victor, that you're aware of. Not all paths are on here, so they could go at the one fork, you know, but you never traveled that way. It actually loops back down to, and you would know this, that's why you don't travel it. It loops back to, zoom in, Citadel Umbra, which is, it gives you the feeling of where you were, minus in the fortress that you guys just escaped from. There was a flare about it. The shielded protective dome, the dinosaurs with cool special abilities, the more powerful guards. There was, it was bigger. It was a show. Castle Umbra is like business, and it's evil, and that's why you usually don't go that way. But you guys get your short... Yeah.
I'll lead the way. No, you're good. And so when we actually head out, I'll lead the way. I'll stay ahead, maybe 30 feet or so. Keep an eye out, and also so looking for those people if we run up on them. But trying to get them to Grimstad.
All right. So you're gonna lead them up.
Is that the closest place that I think they're gonna find a healer? I mean, if there is, I looked at that. I didn't see, but if there is, I would definitely go to the closest place, I guess. But yeah, otherwise.
Roll me a d20.
Rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay. If you're quick, you might be able to catch one of the groups. As you know, there is a contact that you have in Grimstad that comes in every cycle. I don't know if you necessarily dealt with him, but your acquaintances in a way. That's the best probability, the quickest amount of time. Carador, you could find someone, but I mean, that's a whole other thing.
Okay. We must hurry. My contact in Grimstad will be gone soon. If we want to get help for your friend, then perhaps Grimstad, like its name implies, is not a good place anymore. But we'll find what you're looking for and at least find a path. I feel like your destinies have brought you here. Yes?
They brought us somewhere? I don't know if it was destiny so much as it was overconfidence, stupidity,
A large window shattering.
Large window shuttering, falling
Yeah.
pieces of glass.
Gravity.
stuff like
I
that.
think it's destiny.
Maybe.
Bunch
I'm
of
sure there's
unfortunate
something like-
events, I think.
In the same marching order, you guys head out. This time, now that you've licked your wounds and healed them, how's everybody doing now? Is everybody over half?
Oh, I'm over half, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. So you're feeling more confident about this. Victor, your new ally, leads you, running at a pace or flying, whatever you wish to do. You quickly catch up to the guards, Victor. Actually, right at that break, you slow down, and you tell the group to slow down as you sneak up through, and at the fork you can see him taking the path to the right that leads back deeper into Winter Glen Forest and wraps back around to Castle Citadel Umbra. Not the way you are going. Yours is off to the left. How long do you want to wait?
I'm gonna watch and make sure they head in. I also tell the group, I whisper to them, the guards are up ahead. They are going the other way. We can let them go. Though I don't know if they deserve such fates, but
How many?
6. Half a dozen. You, smoldering man. Big explosion came from you, I assume, in the prison.
It's possible. Yes, that would have been me.
There you go.
Typically.
Incinerate them with your hellfire.
I'll look to Carver, even though I already know the answer that I'm going to see in her face.
Or let them go. Your choice.
Cole.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting my hands a little dirty again. No witnesses, right? Yeah, no witnesses. Okay, I'm pumped up. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
Taruk, holding up the rear, it's just that familiar feeling of shit going off the fucking rails.
Yeah, he's just kind of shaking his head. Are we really doing this again?
Cole, do you have dark?
I'm asking if we should do this again.
Cole, do you have dark vision?
Yeah.
You do? All right.
I think I have great dark vision. I'm a shadow sorcerer.
All right. Just wanted to make
I got
sure.
120 feet.
All right. So you can still spot them, and they're moving away. You guys aren't detected. You could probably move across the path and continue on fine.
My issue is A, Kaladin, and B, I have. And he'll look down to his ring that Cole's wearing again, because he had to get his spells back for a short rest. I think perhaps we've stirred up enough trouble, and I would be amiss if I did not get you guys to safety. Kaladin, specific, only Kaladin. You all can fuck off.
Fine.
So you continue on?
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
But I think the priority should be getting to wherever the closest healer is, so we can at least figure out what's going on with Kaladin and help Cole's conscience a little bit.
I already said okay.
All right, you guys go
Already
on.
said okay.
You guys go on for a few more hours until Victor leads you to a safe place to take a long rest. You set up camp. Have your watches. Everything's intriguing at night. Past what your boundaries are for your camp, and Victor is probably telling you to stay here. This is our camp. We'll be safe. Don't leave. Just watch. Each shift, you're left with curiosity. And it takes you, like, when you end your shift, you wake the next guy up, you lay down. Rather than being exhausted from the day, you just sit there for like 10 or 15 minutes before you pass out. You wake up in the morning, ready for the next day. Someone roll me a d4.
hand is
I
on my nose.
gotcha. 1.
1. All right. Victor, after a good long rest, everybody feels better because D&D 5e works like that. You head out. Same marching order, staying the path, beelining it for Grimstad. You make it through till about mid-afternoon until you come to a clearing with one of the statues to the Earth Mother. Now, normally this would be maintained by druids. You have passed through here. These are scattered throughout the Moonshae. You've passed through them dozens of times. There's always people taking care of them. And you get to this one, and there's nothing.
Interesting.
Except for this super intricate and respective like statue coming out of the ground, and it's like a crescent in multiple different things. For us, it probably looks more like a statue to the Moonweaver. Out of character for us, but this is earthy. And there are a couple like canvas tents as you come to the premises of this oval clearing.
I cast detect evil and good.
Okay. What's the range on that?
It's only 30 feet, but
Okay.
I'm up ahead, I think, a little bit. So
The statue is within your range from the bush line. You get a positive feeling from that.
positive good or positive like I
Positive,
detect something.
like neutral, like it's a statue to one of the main gods of the Moonshae.
Gotcha.
One of the good gods.
Okay, nothing's been desecrated.
Make an investigation.
Well, I mean, this spell will tell me if something's
Oh,
desecrated. In that way.
No.
Okay, well, it looks clear. I do not detect any foul spirits or malevolent forces,
Like malevolent forces, they're fun.
other than the pixie, of course.
Yeah.
So you guys maneuver your way around this ancient ritual site.
I'm gonna keep an eye out. I don't have an uneasy feeling. This will also let me know if there's any undead or fey or fiend or anything like that within 30 feet of me. But
Fey.
fiend, undead, elemental, celestial, aberration. Shit, actually quite a bit.
Fey, multiple Fey. Like you pick up the
shit.
pixie, your new pixie friend, and then, like as you start maneuvering around, and really giving a good look off into the forest, you just
We are being watched. Some of
Are we
your
being
friends
watched by
speak.
anything fun?
I would imagine they might be something like you, Pixie.
I am a
Which-
homunculus, and I take offense to that.
No offense meant. Just that they may be of fey origin and may be a bit, or how do I say, upfront, intense. You seem intense.
Intense? Well,
Yeah.
I don't usually sleep in a tent, but I guess it's for some people. Not really
Fair
for
enough.
me.
Do not trust these forests at this time.
That's a good call. That's a good, solid call right there. Yep.
I don't sleep in tents either. I just find a good perch and just stay there for a while.
Right?
I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry.
I don't really know what anyone's talking about right now.
I'm gonna cast see invisibility as well. Which is it takes an hour, or it lasts an hour.
all right.
if anything's ethereal or invisible.
You continue on the other side of this path from the ritual, right?
Wait, can we sleep in tents, though?
Good. I just don't usually.
Could I do it sometime?
Pretty sure I have a tent. You can use it.
I'll carry my master's tent.
Okay.
A DM.
Yeah.
Would the spell that he just cast be able to see invisible baboober? What's its? Would I have ethereal something shimmer?
I was going to say that Victor, there's an essence around the soft-spoken Aarakocra that gives you that Lord of the Rings kind of One Ring vibe, where when you put this see invisibility out, it's like feathers are just rippling off of him like a strong wind across the goldenrod patch.
I give him a nod as I scan the.
You also pick up 2 bodies off to the left side of this, which would be the west side of this pass. Maintaining their distance throughout this hour. You know, not engaging or anything, but following you through the woods. And there's several times where you like try to really focus and see if you could hear anything in their direction. You don't hear anything.
All right. I'll just keep an eye out. Let him know.
Continue on. Find another place to long rest. Cole. It's like your finger that the ring is on is hot. Like even with your resistance, it's starting to like create scars, burn marks. But the night goes on and you guys all wake up. Next day, someone else roll me a d4.
I got you.
Bueller? Anyone?
2.
I rolled a 1, sorry.
Alright, yeah. We already did 1. We'll take the 2. Thanks to your newfound ally, leading the way through the woods, stepping around some things that could be a complication, maybe pulling one or two of you back off of attractions that lay beyond this pass. You guys start to work up this hill and the trees break. And as you crest it, you look down and it's still miles away. You can see the beautiful aquamarine sparkling waters of the Moonchase and a half-ruined large town that still has several organized smokestacks, and you can see off in the distance 2 ships floating out in the bay.
This is Grimstad. It is a shadow of its former self, though. Look at the moonshades, they are beautiful. I hope to one day to restore them to their glory.
They're
Yes,
very
very beautiful.
nice.
If the fates
Yeah.
so see it fit. They are very nice, you are right, Pixie. Your people has a very, very strong connection here. You don't feel it?
What do you mean, your people?
What do you mean, you people? These pixies, of course.
Thought we already-
Um,
Kava, are there more of your people?
I didn't think so.
Oh, the
Uh,
Fae, in general.
I think
Oh,
it's only in
Kava.
Sure,
likeness, not relation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I
that.
still don't understand anything that's happening right now.
It's
See,
a
I'm-
good
I'm-
kitty. Oh, just there you go. Just patronizingly scratch behind the
Yeah,
ear.
I lean into you, like I can't help myself.
Don't push me over.
He's got some beautiful claws. You know,
I'm allergic to cats.
That is unfortunate.
Just imagine
I don't even know what that means.
Well, it's not water deep, but it'll have to do.
It's a start.
If we can find a bed for Kava, or for Kaladin, then I'll be happy.
Let us hurry. I will find my tabaxi friend. Hopefully, he has not left early.
Sure.
Was he enslaved? I might have
my
known
friend.
him.
Oh, my friend.
Oh, he was an
Uh,
outdoor.
He was an outdoor cat, yes.
Mm. They're always
Yeah.
mean to me.
make your way down the other side of the hill. Carver,
Uh-huh.
that connection, that intrigue breaks a little bit as you go closer to the sea. You guys
Interesting.
make your way down over the next few hours. This part of the trail is difficult by make. It just slows you down. It's not like challenging or anything, but there's like rocks and trees that block the path. Like if something was coming in, these are man-made deterrences, points of, slowing a force down. But you come through the other side of that. The air immediately is a little bit salty and thick. And the breeze picks up as you're walking down the hill. We're losing everybody now.
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know.
What?
It's an echo in here.
You come to the outside of Grimstad, where there was once a fine made arch that is now ruined, and only like 2/3 of it stands up as the other third is broken. And Victor leads you through this maze of ruins until you get to the west side of the town that has some form of life. What are you guys trying to do here?
We need to find a healer for Kaladin.
We do. Someone who can possibly watch over them. Because I don't think that our tasks are going to allow us to stay in one place for too long.
I don't think so.
What is your task?
A bit
Cold.
of revenge.
Cole, in the back of your mind,
you
when
say.
you say I don't think so. You hear, I don't think so.
Right. Well, let's make sure Kaladin's all set. Find us a healer.
Victor leads you to a temple of the Earth Mother. You bring Kaladin in there.
Yeah, is your best bet. I'm going to ask around town and try to get any information that may be pertinent. If you're trying to get home, I will help you with that.
Where's the nearest tavern we could meet up at?
What is there a tavern? Grim?
Yeah, a makeshift. Yeah, yeah.
Right. I will go in. Press, would you bring Kaladin in? I'll say, hello? Is anyone here?
Hello. Hello. Yeah. In front of you, you see two female furbolgs, very slender and adorned in like a light green and like a silver cloak.
Perhaps it is destiny. My friend is injured in some way. His body is fine, but his mind is gone. And I worry about traveling with him. I'm looking to see him cared for and healed, hopefully. And maybe sent back to his family in Daggerford.
They put him on a bench, you know, like a table, and they both start examining him. He is healthy. His body is fine. And there's a protection about him. But his
Yes.
soul is lost. It
Telling
needs-
me he has no soul?
Just saying it's misplaced.
Could you find out where it is?
We have ways, but it is
I'll
an
do anything.
an expensive task, and unfortunately, for our shrine, probably not the smartest thing to do.
I'll do anything. Anything. You can have anything.
It'll cost probably 300 gold pieces.
Oh, I can do that.
Alright.
Like, don't take this the wrong way, but easily. So you know when I would leave you guys when we were back in the city, and I would go and like do stuff without you. and
Carver,
everything?
we never knew where you went, but we knew what you were doing.
Hey, yeah, well, I made like a good hefty sum of cash, so
Thank you.
I'm more than happy to pay $300 to get Kaladin's soul back.
I don't think that's what's happening, but
I'm gonna go back
Ah.
and stand near Master because she was talking.
you have your gold. What else do you require from me?
4 hours. We will collect all of the supplies. We will begin the ritual, which will last through night. And by dawn, we should hopefully find a pulse on where his soul lies.
I'll turn to Taruk. Taruk, if they find out where he is, can you get me there?
Possibly. I was actually thinking he might be in the ethereal. Per
I'm not
se.
asking. Well, let's go rest while they find out where Calorin's soul is.
Okay.
Carver, I want you to have this.
What is that?
I'm gonna hand you my other ring that I wear, and it is my ring of spell storing.
Okay. Thanks.
All right,
I have great interest in that as well,
that's nice. Good kitty.
purely for physical reasons.
Cole,
All right.
Crass, and Taruk. As you finish this engagement and exit this building, you see Victor down by the docks talking to someone, and it just sounds familiar. He says, "Oh, geez, yeah, sweet, we can get you anywhere, you know. What do you think? Where are you looking to get out of here? You want to go deeper into the moon chase? I got one more stop before I head back to the mainland. Yeah."
Is this the Tabaxi captain that
Crass,
Motherfucker. Okay, okay.
You pick him
I
up.
don't know?
Yeah.
Is this our previous tabaxi captain?
Okay.
Yep. And you see Victor down there, and Victor, he's like, yeah. So here's the deal. I'm gonna be wrapping around Gwyneth, heading up on the west side. I got one stop that we need to unload before I head back and see the boss. Yeah. Charles.
Wait. So, time out real quick. So, how far away is the conversation?
You're probably 40 feet away, where you just I think of it as you hear the eccentricness of how his cadence and how Atticus was one of those guys. He was all in it all the time.
Could I disguise self as the taxi?
Yeah.
That was who we were chasing on his boat, correct?
Mm-hmm.
One moment. And I want to go down as a taxi. I want to start going, "You're the one who..."
Victor, you see a drop in Atticus's face.
I want to look furious.
He pulls out a rapier, grabs your shoulder, kind of spins you around him, and immediately draws his rapier and walks at you with this just, like a false confidence move.
Oh, my friends, violence is not necessary.
This
Kind
is your
of lean
friend.
over to Rook real quick. I'm like, should we get involved?
Just give it a minute. I want to see what happens.
Because of you, I lost so many men, and I'm just gonna go ripping into him.
In a matter, what's your spell save DC for your disguise self?
Oh, I don't know. Let me check. It's my spell save DC, so
Yep.
it's 17.
17.
I'm going to use detect thoughts while they're talking on this other guy, and see
Okay.
where he's coming from, and see if there's anything I can glean.
Cole, what's your surface thoughts?
My surface thoughts. I'm laughing my ass off inside my own mind right now.
So, Victor,
This fucking.
if you're casting detect thoughts on this guy, the guy that you aren't familiar with,
Yeah, Atticus.
On Atticus?
Well, Atticus is the pet tabaxi guy.
Yeah. I was casting on him. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, Atticus's surface thoughts are, fuck. thought we finished this. And then you hear you sense a, ha! Still not good enough, eh? As he spins around Cole in like one beautiful movement of dexterity and pulls his rapier across his throat. And Cole, in your ear, he says, "You've gotten good, eh? Yeah?" I was
will.
impressed for a
wanted to-
second, but
I want a dimension door behind him, and just have a flame like at his throat, like, oh, better than you thought. And I'll just go back to me, and I'll be like, Captain, and I'll drop the disguise.
At the restaurant, eh?
I nudge
more or
Crass.
less.
Like, Crass, we can.
Ah! He'll run up and hug Taruk.
Gosh, we know him. We know him. He's a friend. He's
Yeah.
a friend. We know him. You muted.
Muted.
I'll tighten my grip on my axe as he's like coming towards, and then as soon as Cole's like,
Oof. We're good.
Similarly, I'd get a little puffy, but like just and then be like, oh, okay.
Where's
Not too hard, not too hard.
where's the top? Where's Kaladin? Huh?
Kaladin is on the mend right now. He's housebound, rested, being healed. Not traveling with us right now.
Obviously, my ship is yours, Victor. You are in fine company. What are we doing next, gentlemen?
You can't argue that fate had something to do with this, no? Of all the contacts, all the people in Moonshay, your friends.
True.
Your friend is, the friend of my friend is my friend, as it is.
That makes sense to
Still,
me.
still no, but
I
Captain,
like
guess
what I'm hearing.
it is good to see you. We do need transportation for. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people.
Yeah, anything.
I'm
Where
not
to?
sure where our destination is, but
5. I count 6.
I don't believe I'll be going with you. Kaladin, he needs me. Though I don't know how much help I'll be there either.
Well, the ship is anchored in the bay. Our transport boat is heading out in the AM, and as I said, currently we plan to sail west through the strait, wrap around the center island, make one stop at another town before. Hold on. Looks back, yells at his number 2. Yeah. Baldur's Gate is our next stop.
Seems like a fine stop, if any. Now I'll pull Atticus like kind of aside. Friend,
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. Taruk is your point man with us right now. He's the one you know, and Valowin is not who you knew.
He's always been a bit weird.
Taruk has final say on all commands from our party.
Okay.
Right.
Sure. It's still confusing.
Very, but the less you know, the safer you are.
Sun on the ocean. We head out. All of you are more than welcome on my ship. Yeah.
Thank you. It's truly wonderful to see you again after all this time.
He's gonna pull Victor, as that conversation fades out, just ask you how everything's going and if the fam needs any specific items for their travels or anything like that,
I want to pull the party together minus Victor and minus Fuzzy Boots.
Sorry, Fuzzy Boots.
I just want to pull the core three together for a minute.
I don't know anything about what's going on right now. I don't understand.
Stay right over here, Kitty. You're doing great. You just hit. Oh, well, hold on. Here's some herbs. You take a whiff of that, and you're gonna love it. Okay. All right. Cool.
Shadows are moving.
Friends,
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I have till Eleazar comes to collect.
Well,
can
that's
feel
we're gonna
him.
kick his ass, right?
Yeah, why don't we take it to him?
No, that's not what we're doing. You have more important matters than this right now. And you do not want to be around when he is released. I'm not strong enough yet to fight back.
Well, that's what we're all here for. I thought that was the deal to begin with.
And I believe you will come back and do that. But for now, I think you need to get on that ship. Taruk,
Without you?
I don't think we're going to have a choice soon, and I'd rather make that choice on my own. Taruk?
Choice.
Got a good sense of direction on you. And a good sense of direction in here, much better than I ever had, as I'm like pointing to your chest. You keep them on the right path. Keep them out of trouble.
Probably better with the trouble thing if you're not here anyway.
I was wrong. Speaking of trouble, Kras, it's up to you to protect them. Keep them all safe.
I'll kind of look at each one. Yeah, I want to lose.
Don't give a fuck about those other two, but these two.
I mean, I don't think we got to worry about Carver
I'm
either.
gonna
I think
speak a little bit louder now, and I'm gonna like grab your shoulders. Valowin!
Oh,
When you come back,
Wisdom save.
yeah.
knock on the front door.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Let's see. 17.
Cole, you like grab Crass like cheeks and you shoot Verwin. And Crass's eyes roll back so you see the blanks and he drops to his knees. Roll me a death save, Crass. Or Verwin.
What? Okay, hold on. Whole different character.
Not necessarily a death. Roll me a d20.
Okay, I can do that. D12. That's an 18.
18. He drops. Like your hands. Like try to grab him.
I go down with him. I go down. I follow him down.
Right. But Crass is denser than you are and drops faster. And you manage to keep him in place. It's like just your knee hits the clay, the cobblestone kind of like tannish, facade that's happening in this. Blood starts to pool from your knee a little bit. Cole, you bend over, keeping Fairwind. And you look up. You're at 1 hit point. Chance.
Holy fuck! Okay.
And you are Verwin.
Now.
And you have... It's like... It's been, what, six months? It's like going over that hill you're going to drop your stomach on at 40 miles an hour, but you're doing it at like 140 miles an hour. So your stomach just shoots up. Your eyes are bloodshot. You instinctually push Cole's hands out of the way a little bit as you puke. You come to, and you're looking into Cole's eyes.
Was unpleasant.
Gentlemen,
And you're
I'm
at
gonna be
1 hit
honest,
point.
I didn't expect that to do anything.
I like.
Don't
Is it
speak-
kind of like flash forward, like through like memories and stuff? So like I like. Okay,
It's
cool.
Okay.
all the
Okay.
pictures that you see in this moment is all of the anger that Crass let loose. It's none of your thoughts. You were lost. Yes.
What just happened?
I realized I was definitely not a part of that circle. I was like clearly omitted, and
But you have a high passive perception,
yeah.
right?
I would just like to know if I could at least hear everything that went on.
Not the details, but probably what your perception would bring up
let me-
is the blood running along the ground from the guy that you know is Crast.
Okay. Let me just to make it clean for everyone else. My perception is blindingly nice, but my intelligence is not good. So I feel like I wouldn't pick up on any of the nuances. I'm literally just listening to sounds because I don't want to be left out.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's okay. I don't know how long you have, or if this is permanent.
Oh. Really bad dream.
Shit. Well, to catch you up, I'm probably about to be imprisoned for eternity inside my own ring. My patron's my father, and he's about to be released into the world. That's not important right now. You don't have to worry about that right now. That's not. You don't have to worry about that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Crass is fragile. Just protect him. You're the smart
Well, I
one.
mean, I think he's been doing protecting recently.
He's like a newborn baby. He needs you. But when I'm done, if I make it out of here alive, I will come find you again.
Yeah. Where are you going? First,
I have
hold on.
no idea. I don't know if this is useful anymore, because if Crass is gone, then I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave my scythe in his hands.
Oh,
That's all I was doing.
it's still useful.
That's a lot to unpack I wasn't ready for. It's good to see you, though.
When
The real you.
when the handing goes over, Taruk
Yeah.
just walks over real quick and does a third level cure wounds
On
It's gonna do
Verwin.
on
So-
Verwin.
So as the scythe goes into Verwin's hands, and you accept it. And Taruk, you go over and you put your hand on Verwin's shoulder, and suddenly the shift in smile, and Krast looks at you as you heal him, and he pulls up the Sith and he stops. And it's just that Joker kind of, and then he comes to, and Verwin drops. Verwin, Chance, you can now switch.
Oh man.
Oh,
Right.
fuck yeah.
Um,
So fucking sweet. Okay.
If it counts, that was 15 HP to Verwin.
I know that
Okay.
counts.
so, this is yours now. Like I said, Crass.
Mm.
Protect.
Like looking at the scythe and
Yeah. Protect them.
yeah, of course.
Carver, I think I only have one thing that means anything to you. I just hand you 95 gold.
Ooh, shiny bits.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you need this more than I do, and I just I hand it back.
I really don't think I'm going to be able to use it, but alright. I'm gonna drink myself away tonight. I'm gonna go die or something or whatever's gonna happen.
Well,
But
no.
you guys
try
get on
not
that boat.
to do that.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
But I'm gonna go make sure that Kaladin.
And
I'm
you
gonna make sure
take care of
Kaladin's good. I will make sure Kaladin is good. You guys fucking kill that
yourself
asshole though.
too.
I'll do my best.
Lieutenant Atticus will grab his ship medic and follow you back to the Earth Mother's temple.
Yeah. Right. Victor, you're creepy, and don't suck my friend's blood.
I'm gonna continue to talk to Tabaxi. Oh, you're talking to somebody talk to me?
All right. Well, you are the closest thing to family I've ever experienced. Most of my own family has also tried to kill me at some point, so on par. And I just turn around and I'm just gonna go head back to the temple.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing for the evening?
Well, I will quickly turn around as I'm walking. Don't die! I won't you, I don't really care. It's like turn back around and go.
Before you leave, Erwin and Krast gonna reach out to you at the same time. Like it's kind of like two different looks and two different eyes.
Sure.
A strong grab on one shoulder and like a forearm handshake
Yeah.
on the other.
All right. I'll see you two later, I hope. Much later.
You'll have to remind me what that site does.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
That's cool.
Right now, it's completely depowered, so it's basically a 1d10 uses your spellcasting modifier as your damage modifier.
It can be strength, too.
Or then you have the option. That's really until it's repowered. That's all it does.
Okay.
And I have no idea how to do that.
By the blood of your enemies. Sorry.
Taruk, anything you're gonna do this evening? And as a group, what do you plan to do when you wake up? Are you going on the ship with Atticus, or do you have other plans? Because this is the stuff that's helpful for me.
He said he's going to Baldur's Gate, right?
Yeah, eventually. It'll be a little bit of a travel before then, but
yeah, that's where he plans to restock before he sails away to another adventure. Taruk, while Cole's walking away, he's going to kind of. He looks stoic for a second, and he's like looks for something, and he'll like reach and pluck one of his own feathers out, and just like misty steps over to Cole. Take this with you.
Not sure if I'll be able to, but I'll try.
See you later. So he handed
Right.
you one of his own feathers.
Right.
Not
He'll
that
tuck it
means
into the
anything.
bracer, into his bracer, like underneath one of his like golden brass bracers.
Or screams after him.
Hey, Cole! Shake your tail feather!
You're making me less and less sad I'm leaving.
You too!
And then Truk's gonna walk up to Crass and you still have Owen's stuff, right?
Most of it.
Do you have his map?
I'll look through kind of my pack. Yeah.
Okay, I'll need that tonight, if you don't mind. And I need to figure some things out.
Yeah, I want to catch Cole with a message before he leaves. Say it was nice meeting him, and I look forward to having drinks with your friends. Damn it! I knew it.
Yeah, nice.
Quite thirsty.
Absolutely no response, but just keep going. I want to do the walking away Breakfast Club fist pump.
Solid.
That's what Cole does
Solid.
as a response to that message.
So the rest of you go and start coordinating your path forward from this. As Cole walks the opposite direction back to the temple of the Earth Mother. Atticus brings his inspirational medic. Tim, roll me a D20 plus 8 and a D4 for guidance.
A D20 plus a D4?
Mm-hmm. And then add plus 8.
All right. 24.
Atticus and you stand at each side as the druids.
It wasn't Atticus, it was his medic, right?
Well, Atticus is in the room. He,
Okay, okay, wasn't sure.
Atticus was always partial to Kaladin, so
Yeah.
after a few hours that were very intense, you see one look at you and turns to Atticus and his spiritual guide. His soul is in feel. And as soon as that rings,
He said where?
and feel,
Okay.
as soon as that rings, you feel your hand reach 1,000 degrees and shoot up through your shoulder, wrapping around your head. The druids step back. As you step 2 steps away from Kaladin as the flames rip up you, and
That's
you
not good.
shoot
Got a bad feeling about this.
through the roof. The 5 of you sitting, planning your next day. See that somber moment of a meteor-like star shoot from the temple and just rip through the sky until it exits your vision. For 1 second, can I have everybody but Tim deafen, please? I'll raise my hand when we're good. Just make sure.
There should be some headphones next to your microphone.
Yeah, there you go. Chance, do the same, and Lex, please hit the headphone button. All right. As this happens, you're shot in a way you don't like into a familiar space for you. As clamps on your wrist and your ankles. You feel the tumbling of the ring as it falls from where your hand was to the floor and tings and tings and tings until Atticus walks around the table, looks down, picks up the ring, flips it in his fingers, and puts it on. Do you have any words for him?
First, I want to look around the space. I don't see my father anywhere.
No. And it's shamefully set up like he thought you would like it set up, but it's like a dad not knowing their child.
Yeah, no. This is where the fun begins.
Leave it there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So, before we leave, do you have...
Gotta get Lex.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lex.
Damien.
So, Day Seekers, what are your plans? Atticus will come to you and say, I have Kaladin's body arranged for transport to the ship tomorrow morning. They said his soul lies in Amphiel. So,
Huh?
Amphiel is a town of nobles. Very, very, very difficult. I can give you more information on our journey, and if that's where you want to go, we can stop at Waterdeep first, as that would be easier than Baldur's Gate. But the journey is yours. Also, Cole is not here anymore.
I have suspicions about that. So good call about Kaladin. I need to use your map table, if that's all right.
For sure.
I need to coordinate our maps together, see if I can write down where we've been and some of the information we've logged, just to connect all the dots, if you know what I'm saying, with the kids' drawings, you know, and then figure out what our next steps are. I mean,
Yeah.
we do need, I think, a good resupply would help because we've been in some chop.
Yeah, what the
And,
fuck's happened? I mean, the last time I knew you guys were at Water Deep, you know,
We'll fill you in on a sale.
for the good.
It's been crazy, but we know who our foe is, or who the majority of our foes are. But we still have a duty to bring an end to their schemes. So yeah, we gotta regroup and wrap our heads around where to go next.
All right, well, you better figure it out quick. All right. I still have to make my my stop around the main aisle. All right, and then
Okay.
if you wish, I'm sure we could probably pull a job off in the next city to get something of worth to make it worth the stop back to Waterdeep for Yar Axel. You know, I mean, he's not gonna like me not going direct to Baldur's Gate, so we got to bring him something. Yeah.
Okay, we can procure something, I'm sure.
Oh, and that's all I'm saying. So, we get some rest if you can. When the sun hits the sea, be at the sea, be at the beach.
We'll see
What?
at dawn.
Yeah. Hey.
All right.
Victor, he'll give you a good old firm, you know, friendly handshake. Fuzzy Boots, it's awkward. Tabaxi.
I was gonna say, like, most of the time when the outdoor tabby was talking, I probably try to do my best to stay close to Master, but also understanding that she's diminutive and that I may need to cling to something larger or just slightly behind them. But while the outdoor tabby is talking, I'm a shy kind of folk.
All right. Well, and we'll end tonight's session there. And we'll pick up in 2 weeks as you plan for whatever you guys want to plan. I'll give you a couple weeks to back channel and figure out really where you are at. We have Kieran's first session coming up this Saturday. So
Nice.
fucking tune in for that shit as we let our Brit take the lead for a week. It's going to be great. And then next Tuesday, we will be back here with Diaries of a Wimpy Graviturgist. Bam.
How do they
That's how
know
it's-
when all that stuff's going on?
I forget this every time.
So, any of the streaming platforms that we're on have a like or subscribe or a follow. Usually have a notification bell. If you want to slap that, it'll ring off every time we come on live.
Slap it. Hey, Timmy, we love you. We love you, Cole.
I miss you, Tim.
Miss you, Tim.